guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Emma. Thanks very much for coming along to watch my completed pages for March 2024. So the first book I've got is Fur Bowls by Diane Fur. I've done 2 pages in this one. So let's start off with this one here. My little polar bears. So I based this one with Ohuhu water-based markers. I did everything in the markers except I did leave the white moon and the white snow caps. I wanted them to be really bright, white, crisp, so I did leave them. And then I went over the top of everything with my Prismacolors and then added some shading also with my Prismacolors just to give everything a bit more depth. I also even went over the black with my Prismacolors because I wanted it to be darker. It just didn't seem to be dark enough, but just having the markers by themselves. Then I got the Posca out and just did the dots, went over the lines where the snow caps were, so it looked more like snow. And then also added a little bit of fur to these guys. So it was a really easy page, but I really liked the way it turned out. And then the other page is this one here with the lady. I wanted this one to be really intense, like the colour intensity. So I use my Neocolors too because I always seem to give the most colour out of all my like mediums that can use wet. So I did the background in that, then realised it actually wasn't as strong in colour as I wanted it. So I got out my Prismas and just added a little bit of depth to bits of it. I did all of her in Prismas. White Posca for all the snowdrops, also to colour up all of the black lines. And the pink is the Jelly Roll gel pen. That was an easy one too, but that's why I love this book. Don't have to take hours and hours on the images. And it's small enough to hold on your lap too, which is awesome. And then the second book I've got here is Labyrinth Mythographic, my very first mythographic book. So I was very excited to get into this one. So with this one, I actually decided to do a bit of collaging in it. So let's have a look. So I'll bring it up so maybe we can see it a little closer. You can see I've added in the dragons and also the background. So when I did this, what I do when I'm collaging pages is I decide, I have a kind of idea, but not a complete idea. And then I'll go through my books and something will usually pop out of my books that will work. If I do it the other way, I'll be looking through my books for hours and I'll just be getting frustrated. Whereas this way you can look through your books and things will pop out and you have quite a few ideas, then you can place them all down and see which one works. So the way I did this was I based everything in Ohuhu alcohol markers and then over the top in Prisma. Silver here is done with a silver Signo, and also I just went over the black lines of the clouds here with some white Posca just to make it look more like a real fluffy cloud. Then what I did was cut, it's hard to see because it's already placed down, but I cut around all the whale, basically cut out all the background. So in the initial picture, the background is all water, but I cut all of that out, pulled it forward and then placed the picture behind here I actually didn't like. So what I did is I stuck this background to the picture behind so then I could just paste this down onto the page. Then I found these pictures which worked amazingly because if you notice these girls are the same size. So it looks like this is supposed to be in the picture. So I made sure that the elements fitted like in a visual way. So I made this dragon here come out of the frame a little bit and this little man here, I tucked him behind this pillar and also had his big long tail coming out going under the clouds there. So I think it works really well with the dragons. It looks like they're flying. It looks like this girl is looking at this girl's looking down at this guy. So the way it's done circular, I really like it. So yeah, that's that one. Also added some Posca, just some white dots on the whale here, both dragons, just to integrate them more into the picture. So for my first mythographic book, I love it. Can't wait to do more in this book. And then the next book I've got is the unofficial horror movie colouring book illustrated by Andy Price. I saw this one on Doodle Robot's channel and she was doing a flip through and I fell in love with it straight away. It's just the way so what it is, it's based on all different horror movies and it will just have an image from each horror movie and the images they're just drawn in such a great way, like really cartoony, comic-y, really. Yeah, I love it. So the picture I've done in it is this one. Movie being Saw, which is one of my favourites. So I based mostly her in alcohol markers and then mostly everything else I based in water-based markers, both by Ohuhu. Went over the top with Prismacolor just to give it more depth. And then also I made sure I put a lot of Posca in just to kind of make the blood look like it was gleaming. It was hard to get that blood colour because I really didn't want that bright red. So I used some purple, some red. I used quite a few different types of red and some purple just to get that darker, more realistic blood colour in there. You can see at the back here, you can see it's all coming out of his tummy and his arms, it's up the walls. It's very gruesome, but I actually really enjoyed colouring that one in. And there's another one in this book that's a whip, I'll show you. It's terrible, but I'll show you anyway. So I really wanted to do this picture, loved it, had this amazing idea in my head that it's going to be like, this is all going to be dark in here. And it's just going to be the light coming through. So the light at the door just hits certain things and this light hits certain things. Absolutely buggered it up. So I don't know where to start or even fix it, but I think maybe I'm just going to erase everything and start again and go from there. But looking forward to fixing it, but don't want to look at it right now. So I'll close that one up. And the other book is my Woodland Watercolor, which is, I'm not great at watercolors. I'll put that out there right now, but I do enjoy doing it because I just find, sometimes I find colouring, even though I love it and I enjoy it, I do find it a little bit tedious using the same medium. So I love to get the watercolour out. So this one is my Kuretake watercolour. And then also the fluoro pink there is my Paul Rubens Neon. Here's the swatches of them. I don't actually think it's showing up on the, can you see? It's really, really neon-y. It's hard to see, but they are beautiful colours. So I've never seen another watercolour palette that is so bright. So I really enjoy using those. So I just did those for the pink flowers. Everything else is my Kuretake. I did outline the leaves with my Toolie paint pens. Also outlined the bees' wings. You can see the bees. Outlined their wings with a gold gel pen. Also outlined all these black lines here with a gold gel pen also. Signo gel pen. And added a couple of dots with the gold Signo and then also some fluoro pink dots with my pink Jelly Roll. So yeah, that's that one. Also done picture in Magical Dawn by Hannah Carlson. Let's have a look at this one. Okay. So for this one, the background is done in these, these markers. So they're like gelatos, but a much cheaper brand. But I must say, I've never used gelatos, to be honest, but these are great quality. And I'd love to tell you what brand they are. But I have no idea because I've thrown the box out and it's got no information on it. I do know that after I bought them, I love them so much, I was trying to look for them for a friend. And when I was trying to find them, I couldn't find them anyway. So I don't know if they've stopped being made. I'm guessing that's what it is, but I just will put them onto a palette, put some water on it, and then use it like a watercolor. But the thing with this is it's just got some really, like these beautiful, really, really nice light colors in there. So I love pastels, so that's what I used for that. So I use that for all the background. And then for this bits here, I got some Prisma out and added some purples in there to make it a little bit darker. These birds are all coloured in with Prisma, and everything else is coloured in with Prisma except obviously the gel pen. So lots of the lines, I've got some pink, some gold, some blue, some bronze. This one here, this is my favourite bronze gel pen. It has like a bit of a sparkle in it. And that's another one of those gel pens from a cheap packet that I'm never going to find again and don't have a brand name on them. So I only use it for little bits because I'm that in love with it. I don't want to waste it all. Then I added some white Posca dots. Also wanted to put some perfectly round dots in there. You can see I put some perfectly round dots, and I did that with I've got a stencil that's got all the different size circles on it. So I did that with the stencil and just some gold Signo and also some pink gel pen also. That's that one. And then I've got Mischievous Mind by Melissa Nicolette. If you have seen my colouring and collaging video I made, you've probably already seen this one. So I'm sorry if you're seeing it twice. But that's this one here. So quite a bit of collage on that one. All coloured in Inktense, some Posca for the white, and here some Toolyart acrylic marker for some of the outlining, gold Signo. And then I cut this all out, laid down, so completely cut that background out, lay down some black paper, cut out these beautiful autumn leaves and stuck them on. Cut out these succulents and popped them in there. This cactus, this car here, which I cut out. It's black and white cars from a really old National Geographic magazine. So yeah, I played a little bit with size and scale. It just makes it a little bit interesting. I cut the windows out of the car so it looks like you can see through it. So that's that one. And then Morning Scribbles by Chris Ryanak is a book I do every month because I enjoy doing it, because I find it very relaxing. Me and my daughter do buddies in it. So this one is just all Neocolor 2s. Everything is Neocolor 2s. Got a little bit of Toolyart acrylic paint marker for the bubbles, and also just here, just for the highlights around his body. That's that one. Always quick and easy, always fun. Nice to do while you're watching telly or don't really have to concentrate that much on it. And then the last but not least is Pop Manga, Mermaid and Other Sea Creatures by Camilla De Erico. And this also you would have seen if you've seen my collaging and colouring books video. This one is background all in watercolour, and I did add the salt. You know how you add the salt to add a little bit of pattern in there, but you can't really see it that much on this. It didn't work very well. Then covered the girl up with alcohol marker, and then on top of that I put Inktense, and then on top of that a little bit of Prisma, also the white Posca and also white Signo, just for a little bit of the highlighting. Added some dots, also added some dots to the fish that I had collaged in there. And when I was collaging the fish, I made sure some were in front of her and some were behind her, so you get a little bits of depth in there. There's a little one coming out of her hair here, or her squid tentacle, shall I say. And then also just a little bit of shading with the Prisma here, just to make her pop a little bit out of the picture. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching, and looking forward to showing you what I do next. Bye.